Number one, if you're writing right now, if you're a writer and you're watching this, screenwriter or novelist, whatever, keep writing. Don't let anything stop you. Keep writing. That's the most important thing. You have to have something to show. You have to have something to do. Your job is to write. Write. Don't stop. Don't let anything stop you. But let's address some of the hurdles that you might face when it comes to writing and finishing your work, because it's important to know what your obstacles will be and how to overcome them if you want to succeed, because you can't go anywhere without material. A writer has to write, a writer has to show written work. You have to have some specs under your belt. Spec for speculation, scripts meaning scripts that weren't for hire, stuff you came up with on your own. That's how most writers start. They have something to show, a producer likes it, then they hire you to do Avengers, whatever. That's kind of how it works. So you have to have a sample. You have to keep writing. But what's going to stand in your way? Let's discuss that real quick. Number one, it's easy to overthink, and it's easy to put yourself in a void, and this will affect how you create. This void will lead to something that is good if you use it correctly, but could be dangerous if used against you, and it usually is. Sometimes that's perfectionism. You can overthink something. You want to get it perfect. You want to get it right. Oh, does this story connect with that story? Does this character make sense? Does this motivation work? Perfectionism is poison sometimes. You have to be careful. Overthinking something is a real danger. You have to be careful that you're not spending too much time overthinking something that it turns into procrastination. Procrastination, of course, is the ultimate killer of writing anything, but overthinking hides procrastination, if you know what I mean. Try not to get bogged down in the details. The goal is to finish at least the first draft. Some people call it the vomit draft. Just get it out. Get it done. It's not going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And look, at the end of the day, hundreds of people are going to put their hands all over the material. Your script is not going to go out 100% perfectly into theaters or, on DVD or streaming. It's not going to happen. It's going to change, and we'll talk about changes, and we'll talk about notes and all that later. But this is just for the writers who are struggling to get that first draft done. Don't let overthinking cloud your judgment. Make your outline, commit to your story, and go. It's not going to be perfect. Just have fun. Second reason that scripts don't get finished, people just kind of underestimate how much hard work it really is going to be. It's a commitment. Writing is a commitment. You're sitting there staring at a blank page for hours on end. If it's not here, it's not going to be on the page. If you don't feel it, you're not going to be able to write it. And that feeling, that writer's block, is a real thing. It's a real concern. That's why you have to be ready when you write. You've got to be outlined. You've got to know beginning, middle, and end. Scripting is very different than prose. Prose, you can be free. Scripting, you have to be very mechanical. It's like a blueprint. You're writing a blueprint for a movie. And if you don't get the blueprint right, you can't draw the little windows and the little doors and all that stuff. You hit the ground running. You know exactly where you're going, beginning, middle, and end. That will help you get over those writer's block moments where it's just not there. That happens to everybody. And it's okay to take a break. I've had days where I wanted to write, but I just didn't feel it. I went, watched 2 movies, got some coffee, got a pizza, whatever. And the next day, I was in it. But don't let writer's block kill you. Don't let that feeling of overwhelm destroy your story. Speaking of writers, here's Hans Christian Andersen himself. Well, I guess not really him, but his statue. Oh yeah, we're at the museum, and it's got his collected works here, the actual first editions. Pretty incredible. Here's another picture of this gentleman right here. I'm sure he had his bouts with writer's block. Okay, switched to night vision mode with the glasses. The third reason scripts don't get finished, it just sometimes just feels dumb. It feels like unimportant, and then life gets in the way. Responsibilities, day jobs, you name it, and then it just kind of sits there on your computer, on your hard drive, just kind of moldering away. And little by little, every day, you're gonna forget that story you dreamt up. You're gonna forget those dreams you had. You're gonna forget every little moment that meant something to you about this story you wanted to tell. Most scripts don't get finished because of simple apathy. You just kind of don't care anymore. It's an offshoot to the second one. It's more work than you thought, and it just doesn't feel as important anymore. then you start thinking about the reality of it. Who's going to read this? Who's going to buy it? Would this make a good movie? Can I attach Timothée Chalamet and George Clooney, Florence Pugh? All these things become hurdles to you finishing your work. And everyone goes through it. Don't let it stand in your way. You have to be committed to your story 100%. And I'm going to give you some tips on how to do that right now. Let's do a game plan. But look, we're creative people, right? Let's give the thing eating our script, eating your time. Let's give that a name. We're creative people. Let's give it a name. So how do we defeat? I don't know, anything. We'll picture it as a creature. It could be Vecna, Darth Vader, but we'll make up something else. Let's call it. I don't know why this comes to me right now, but we are going to call him. And please, forgive my handwriting. My handwriting is like a child's. How to defeat Woodrow. Let's call him Woodrow. Woodrow can be an asshole, but if you implement a strong outline, that's step number 1 to success. Outline. Now, you've heard this before. Outline, break it down. First act, second act, third act, all that stuff. Now, there's a lot that goes into outlining, and we don't have time to discuss all the details of outlining. But this number 1 thing is going to help you when it comes to hurdles. Why do scripts not get finished? Because you don't have a proper outline. You don't know where you're going. You're lost, man. You're lost in the goddamn woods. This outline is your map. Map your thing out. And I'm going to show you a very easy way to outline in a future video as I work on my own films this year. I'm going to show you a super easy way to outline that's going to answer every question before it comes up. When you're deep in the woods writing on that white page, there's not going to be anything else to worry about because you know where you're headed. Outline, outline, outline. Something I found super helpful is number 2, character breakdown. Knowing who your characters are and knowing kind of how they feel, how they act, what they think about other characters helps so much. If you ever feel stuck, like, wait, what is this scene about? What are they talking about? Where's this going? Wait, I know they have to discuss the plan to blow up the bomb, but it feels so boring to just have them say, okay, we're shooting the lasers left and right, and then we're going to go to the Alpha Quadrant, and then we're going to, I don't know, eat eggs on Sunday. With a character breakdown, by the way, if you hear squeaks, that's my pet bird who should be asleep. And she flies over here. I'm going to donate her to Goodwill. If you have a strong character breakdown, you'll be able to take care of really any hurdle that comes up when discussing a character or a motivation. Now, I'm not saying backstory. I'm not saying spend a month giving me, a 300-page book on, somebody's grandma or something. You just need to know basics. What do they like to eat? Where do they go? Where did they go to school? How well do they know these other characters? Do they like these other characters? Who do they hate the most? Who do they love the most? Why do they love that person? All these little kind of intricacy things, and that's the fun of writing, right? That's the fun stuff, right? Creating the characters, because ultimately, when you watch a movie, you're not watching it for the special effects. You're not watching it for the sound. You're not watching it for the costumes. You're watching it for the characters. And that's why a movie is rewatchable, because we want to spend time with these characters. So spend time with your characters. Make them pop for us. And that's going to save you down the line when you're struggling through your script. Number 3 is going to sound a little woo, but it is incredibly helpful. Something I've used often. Meditate. How many of you meditate? Let me know down in the comments right now. I'll wait. Go ahead. Do you meditate? I'm curious. I'll keep talking, but go ahead and comment. Meditation is, it sounds woo-woo, it sounds new age, and it is, but it's so helpful. And meditation, all it is closing your eyes and focusing. Now, there's breathing exercises. There's, focusing on light and focusing on images or whatever, trying to clear your mind. Clearing your mind is hard for a writer. I get it. I know that's really hard. But here's what you can do as a writer. I do this all the time. Meditate and watch your movie. You probably do this already. If you've written an outline, you've seen your movie. In your head, you've seen everything. You probably have already cast it, right? So this isn't anything new. The trick here, though, is close your eyes, go to a quiet room, close your eyes. In that dark, you're in the movies. You're in the movie theater, right? Sitting down, eating some Milk Duds. You're sitting up there, the screen comes on, Nicole Kidman giving you the why we come to the movie speech, and then your movie starts, and just watch it. And the good thing about you being the creator is you're not literally sitting there for 2 hours in the dark. I mean, you could, but meditation allows you time to watch your movie. And this works piecemeal. Let's say you're breaking down a scene, God, why does this scene feel so weird? How should this scene start? That'll become instinct once you get into the groove. You'll say, well, obviously this is how it's gonna happen. When it comes to feeling stuck and like, I just don't know how to start this. Close your eyes, meditate, okay. So they're in the kitchen, work it through that way. It's so fun, and it makes writing so much more joyful than just staring at a white page. Don't stare at the white page. That's gonna eat you up. Close your eyes, watch a movie. Number 4, make time. Make the time. It's a job. Writing is a job. Things take time. Creative things take time. Look, you write a script, you're not gonna get famous overnight. As a matter of fact, odds are, to be honest, you're not gonna get famous at all. You're not gonna sell that script. But you're not doing it for the end game. Remember that. You're not doing it for the end game. You're doing it because you love to do it. You love it so much that it hurts if you don't do it. So make time for it. Make time. Make it sacred time. Remember, it's a job first before it's fun. For me, writing is the greatest goddamn high of my life. I love it. Like, I get giddy like a schoolgirl when it's time to write, and I got my little area set up, and I got my little pillows, and I get my laptop, and I'm ready to go. I'm like clapping and jumping up and down like it's Christmas. I love it so much. It's the most fun thing ever. I love it, and you have to love it, like passionately love it. Like, you can't think of anything else you would rather do than sit down and write for you, my friend. Set that time aside. It's a job before it's fun. Remember that. It's not a hobby. I mean, when I was starting out, I had school, and so I would have to write after school, but that would be my time. As soon as I got home, 3 p.m., I didn't do my homework. I'm sorry, bad student. I hope my kids aren't watching. They probably will be, but I love them. Hey, do your homework. But by the time, well, do your homework anyway. I skipped my homework, and I wrote from 3 p.m. to literally like 8 p.m., That was my writing time. Write. And and this was during high school, yeah, it started around 7th grade, really, for me. But it was around high school when I started really working on scripts. And that's what it was, right after school. Script. My goal was 20 pages a day. My goal still is 20 pages a day. I think the most I've done in a day, oh, gosh, maybe 45 pages in a day, maybe 50. But those are exhausting days. And they should be exhausting. Why? It's a job. My bird's being very quiet. I think she heard the whole thing about goodwill. Don't worry, you're staying. Mwah! Number 5, don't ask for feedback until you're done. This is important. This is crucial. That first draft has to be all you, baby. All you. Don't let anybody else influence your thoughts. I've been working on scripts that are for hire, and the producers are like, oh, can you send us what you've written so far? And I'll say, you know what, I don't like doing that because I know you're gonna send me notes on those 20 pages and I'm gonna be 40 pages down the line, and then I'd have to go back and change something that I've already written. So I prefer to send it to you when it's all done. And they understand that. Don't send anybody unfinished work. Don't send anybody 20 pages. Don't have your significant other, hey, I just wrote these 5 pages, what do you think? Because they're gonna say something that sets you off. They're gonna finish it. They would be like, oh, wow, it was really good. Oh, but it wasn't great? Like, what was wrong with it? No, it was good. Okay, but did you get the thing about the mom? And oh, no, I didn't. Oh, okay, yeah, I see that. That's cool. That's gonna kill you, dude. That's gonna kill you. Don't get feedback. Now, look, my wife is a genius. She's the first person to read anything whenever I finish it. But there are times when I'm having issues, and this is mainly when I get notes from a producer. They send me notes, and I'm like, I don't know how this makes any sense. They want me to do this and this, and connect the dots here and there, but I don't get it. I'm having a hard time. But here are my 2 options, and I will pitch her 2 options, and then by the time I'm done pitching it, I've already solved it. I'm like, oh, actually, you know what? No. This actually works if I did this and this. So she doesn't really have to chime in. I just sort of need a sounding board. But then I do get her advice about, do you think that would make sense if that and that? And then she'll chime in with her option. But I have already made my decision at that point. This is gonna stop. This is gonna be a red light. If somebody says something that sets you off, like, oh wait, I didn't think about that. Wait a minute, should I go back? Maybe this character shouldn't be Russian. Maybe they should be from Czechoslovakia. Yeah, maybe. They keep mentioning pizza. Maybe we should do a pizza scene. Maybe the movie should take place in a pizza. Don't get feedback. Don't get feedback till you're done, and then feedback is crucial. Number 6 is a bit of a fun one. This helps me out because I like to buy stuff, and I'm sure you do as well. Number 6, treat yourself. Now, I'm not necessarily saying buy something every day. It really depends on how long you take to write. For me, I average about 4 to 5 days for a script, but that's me, and I've been at it for a while. That doesn't mean you can't do it. Anybody can do it. That's the thing about writing. Anybody can do it. It's just sort of about committing and having that drive, and that's what's few and far between. But treat yourself. Maybe, let's say you had a great writing day, go get a Starbucks. Or you tell yourself, when I finish my first draft, I'm gonna take myself out to a nice dinner. My God, doesn't that sound nice? Doesn't that sound amazing? Wouldn't you want to take yourself out to dinner? I think you would. I've done that so many times. I finish the script, I'm gonna go out to dinner, get myself a steak and a glass of wine and just celebrate the act of finishing. You have to honor the process. That's the most important part. Honor the work that you're doing because it means something to you. So I'll buy myself a movie or something. I'll buy myself a book. I'll take the family to dinner. We'll go to dinner and a movie. Make a celebration of the work. Number 7 is honestly just kind of an offshoot of that and a little bit of a bonus, but it's a reminder to you and to me, and something we forget a lot because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, especially when we're trying to create and we're trying to support ourselves, support our family. Number 7, be gentle with yourself, my friend. Be gentle with yourself. Look, at the end of the day, this is not brain surgery. We're not saving the world. We're not making the world a better place. Regardless of what you hear in film school, and I heard this a lot in film school, by the way. It was like, oh man, we're gonna go out, we're gonna change the world. We're gonna change the world, man. Even back then, I'm like, change the world? What are you guys talking about? We're making monster movies. How are we changing the world? That's not to say that art doesn't change the world. That's not to say that art is not important. But you should remember that it is art, and it should be enjoyed, and it's a beautiful thing that humans can do. Creation is so beautiful. God, it's such an incredible thing that we can make something out of nothing. That a painter can get red paint and blue paint and whatever, brown paint and make the Mona Lisa. Is there blue in there? I think there is. But you know what I mean, right? You can take a pen. Shakespeare could take this pen and write Hamlet. It's a powerful, powerful gift to be able to create and to enjoy it. And yes, to a degree, I think the human condition can be changed. I think certainly how we view our fellow man can be changed. So art is powerful, art is important, but be gentle with yourself. Don't stress out about stupid shit that is out of your control. And I do that all the time. Okay, I'm guilty as charged. I'm not above that. Absolutely. And in future videos, you might see me complaining like, oh God, I haven't heard back from this producer and that producer. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're ghosting me. That happens. That happens, man. But when it comes to the writing and especially your first draft, be gentle with yourself. Take your time. Look, if you're not feeling it, take the day off. Hit it tomorrow. That's perfectly fine. Do not ever feel the need to punish yourself for creation, because that's going to shut you off. No one will die if you don't write today, but you must finish your script. She came over, by the way. Meet Mochi. Look, here's the thing. I've failed enough at this that I recognize the patterns, and I'm hoping that these little tips and tricks will help you at least get through your first draft, and that's when the real work begins. But you did it. You did something that thousands of other people have said they've always wanted to do: finish a script. Remember this, if anything, from this video. Finished work changes everything. Unfinished work changes nothing. And do me a favor. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath right now. Okay. You got this, baby. Let's get it.